side, where we have, I believe, 10 teams competing. So on the red team here, we have United as one, your champions, whereas on the blue team, we have their opponents.
Not actually sure. I don't think we checked who's playing.
Give us 1 second on that one. Landon, who are they playing? Tarzan Boys on stream here on the blue side against the defending champion United as one on the other side. However, it's neither of those teams I want to talk about. We'll get into the champs here in a minute. I want to talk about Amadeus A. 4-0 thus far in our placement matches here. United as one is 2-1. Tarzan Boys are 0-3. So this is big. Tarzan Boys trying to get out of the basement.
Yeah.
United is one trying to move to 3-1 and play for that top 4 seed. And meanwhile, Amadeus A, who I don't think we've had on stream today, we'll certainly have them tomorrow, is just going off right now, undefeated. Yeah. Amadeus A was second place last year. The little just breaking information just coming in my ear here. Amadeus A, second place last year. Lost United as one in the finals. So
we'll definitely be able to see their games tomorrow.
Yes, yeah. Unless we get another spectator bug that wrecks us after 50 minutes, but
we can just have you tell us about it. It's even better than watching.
Yeah, it's great. So jump in. Let's hit this game. We see that Talia target ban yet again against United as one.
Yep. Have a Warwick Soraka locked in.
Yep.
Okay.
We see Brom Kennan banned out. Those are 3 of the 5 champions we saw United as one play earlier today. So I'm sure that there have been more games with that. So they have to go their change their team comp up here. They decided to do it with Lux and Shin so
just
far.
Infinite Shield champions. Lux,
if they pick
Shin.
This Janna, yeah. Oh.
This could be a Protect the Kog'Maw. It looks like that's what it is.
I think that when the team you're playing against has won several games today with a Juggermaw comp, rather than ban the Jugger part of that, maybe ban the Kog'Maw. I think that might be the better idea here. But you know what? Warwick is actually a pretty solid answer because he can at least lock down the Kog'Maw, give his team an opportunity to jump in on it. And we see the Diana locked in against Lux in the mid lane. Caitlyn, Soraka. So they need a big tank, I think, to round this one out. Maokai incoming. Maokai would actually be very good for them. You could follow up Warwick with a twisted advance and try to take out the Kog'Maw. And Diana can jump into it as well.
Even Malphite would be good. They just need some sort of tank with some engage.
Yeah. They're definitely going into the tank, and it does appear to be the tree coming in for them. So it makes sense. We see their plan to attack the Kog'Maw. That said, you can attack the Kog'Maw a lot. He's got a lot of shields and a lot of heals.
It's going to have MR too.
Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be very difficult for Tarzan Boys to get at the Kog'Maw, but not impossible.
Yep.
In fact, they have, some of the best tools possible to do so.
They can get Diana, Maokai, and Warwick all jumping on her.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see. So it looks like United has won. If it was practice, if it was planned, the 2 games we've seen them, they are going for the same strategy minus what got banned. So I think we're going to see some Kog'Maw bans tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kog'Maw, Jinx. That's how you ban out those super hard hyper carries, right? Let them have all the tanks. But as it stands, it is a lot of shields, it's a lot of heals, and an equalizer. Yep. Meanwhile, you have a lot of pick potential coming out of Tarzan Boys. Soraka doesn't necessarily fit into that. Maybe would have liked to have seen some sort of support that could assist in their lockdown, but...
And I'm pretty sure this is the first Diana, Warwick, and Soraka of the tournament.
Correct, yeah.
Getting to see a lot of new stuff this game.
First Alexa Nami we've seen on camera as well. So, this is going to be interesting. But they do have the Warwick, obviously, the champion of picking people off. But Twisted Advance for Maokai plus one of their damage dealers can do the same. And Diana is incredible at picking people off.
Has so much burst. Especially if you can land a Q on an already stunned target, so you can proc that ultimate twice.
Right. Yeah, and even if the thing is, in some of their dives that we're going to be seeing throughout this game against Kog'Maw, you don't necessarily have to land the Q. Obviously, you want to. But if you don't land the Q, you don't land the Q. You can still ult to her. You're on top of it. You can pull them in, throw up your shield. So at the very least, you're slowing it and you're putting damage down, giving your team an opportunity to put damage down. So, you know, as bad as it feels to not have a Q on the target, it's sometimes very much
We need
worth
to double check this is Warwick. Yep, definitely Warwick, man. It's hard to believe for us too.
It looked like a Warwick.
Yeah. Like they changed the Rengar splash art so it looks similar.
Oh, I would have felt real trolled if it was
yeah,
it was
that
a
would have been
Rengar and I
embarrassing.
didn't know what was going on. Yeah, that's a Warwick, man. Clearly, Rengar looks nothing like that. He's more claws and less.
Look at this Rengar splash art though.
Do you know where the R is, buddy?
I'm
Comes
gonna have
before
to.
the S.
I feel like should be singing out my alphabet right now,
Jesus.
but it's pretty close.
It is not really, in that they both have eyes and teeth, I guess.
All right, man.
Just have to roast share it on stream here. It's fine. Anyways, confirmed Warwick.
Yep.
Confirmed Kog'Maw, which I think is going to be the important one here. I really like the Lux pick, actually. We don't see Lux very much.
Yeah.
But Lux is very good, one, in this team comp. But two, just against these champions. And I know they picked Diana into Lux. That's a matchup I've done as well. I think it's a skill matchup, so I can see both players being okay with that. But if Warwick ults you, you can throw out the shield. You'll continue to take damage while you throw out your binding. Then as you're walking back, you'll get the shield come back through, and to survive through the ignite or whatever's on you. So I like the Lux pick quite a bit for them. It's also a fair amount of lockup. If you can light binding two champions and put an equalizer on top of them, that's very strong.
And it's not very hard to hit on champions that are diving you either.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, Warwick's going to literally put himself right next to you for it. Maokai's going to do the same. Diana going to do the same. It's definitely going to be an opportunity for Lux to shine. What I find most interesting is the ignite out of Lux. With such a defensive team comp, I might have expected a teleport, or even a heal or a barrier, something defensive.
I feel like you do need at least one against the Warwick. He's going to have a lot of lifesteal later in the game.
True.
So I think that should probably come from Nami, and then Lux takes some sort of defensive summoner. But
agreed, because of that kill pressure, Diana will represent in that middle lane. But Diana, I guess, has less of that because she has gone teleport, which I don't necessarily like. If your goal, if you're playing this game is to dive a Kog'Maw and kill a Kog'Maw, and you take teleport on your assassin mid laner, I think you might. Super late game, it won't matter, but
it's just contradicting each other.
Yeah. Super late game, maybe it won't matter as much, but in those mid game fights, that couple hundred damage is a big deal. Not to mention the reduces heals coming in from the Nami. So I think that they could get punished by that decision. Obviously, you can make big plays with teleport, and that's a given, but you also give up a lot of kill pressure on Lux in the mid lane.
Another very important thing to touch on, that is a Meowakai. My favorite Maokai skin.
You're right. I think the most important thing, while you bring that up, is that Ace-Bin 3 is the only person in this game that does not have a skin. It's just, why bother?
You don't call him out in game. You just put it in at the report thing at the end of the game and move on.
The reported reason does not have skin. Understood.
It's just unsportsmanlike behavior.
That's right. I would not even have noticed unless you brought it up. So good call. Alright, so it looks like we're going to get some standard level 1s here as people walk out to their lanes, probably putting down the defensive wards. Not seeing the invade this time. Did our last game start with an invade? That 50-minute atrocity we just watched? That game was absurd.
Yes, it did.
It started with the invade. All right.
That was the Hecarim not using Ghost to get away and died.
You're right. It started on a high note, and it kept up. Oh, the binding lands. Will he make it out? The flame spitter comes down. He's able to walk it out. Team wasn't quite able to follow up there. But yeah, you're right. That game started. It started at a high level, and it ended at a high level of excitement.
Feels like another lifetime. So long ago.
That game was great. I hope this one lives up to it. I think this is going to be a lot of this champion's really low. Oh no, he has 500 in shields and 400 in heals, but don't need a bloodbath. Let's just get a good game here. Looking forward to this. So, Warwick, we're expecting the power farm to level 6 and then show up.
Yeah.
And I think, if it's not bottom lane, it'll be mid lane. And I think Lux is not having that defensive summoner is probably his first target. But Lux, and this is the important part in this match, because I've done this matchup quite a bit. If Diana doesn't have a huge advantage until level 6. She can get her poke down, but it's not really until level 6 that she can actually punish Lux. So for Lux, it's all about getting those autos down, as we saw him do, proc your spells, and deny Diana farm. That's the most important thing. Every time Diana walks up to farm, that's when you throw out a light binding.
And best case is just getting it frozen somewhere, not to where it's being hit by your tower, but right in front of it so you can get the jungle ganks on the Diana, because she has to walk up to farm.
Right, she can farm with her Q to an extent, but she will fairly quickly doing that. And you see already how much she's missing, and she does not seem to be getting the better of these trades. And the farm not going great for either player here, but here comes that first gank from Shin.
Taunt misses.
Able to walk it out. Still has a pot. There we go, got a champion picture. Here we go, though. Shin coming back around. Diana definitely getting the better of it so far, though. Lux able to pop a potion here, but I think the minion wave there did Diana a lot of favors. Yeah, Lux is not there. See, what you want to do in this... Oh, Shin's coming back a third time. Whoa, he goes, he lands it. The binding lands, they're going to get it. They have Ignite down, picks up the first blood. The dedication, the commitment pays off there for Stabby and Darkness as they pick up first blood.
That's just a tilter on the mid laner.
Yeah.
The third gank coming in and the flash.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, he never threw down that ward. It's up. His trinket's up. He never warded that top side. So that was pretty nice. And what I think Lux wants to do is you want to auto throw out the Lucid Singularity auto, and that will pop it auto, because that will proc the talent and get the big burst of damage in it. That's what you want. The master, the Keystone Mastery is spaced there for a minute.
Oh, Thunderlord's Decree. Kog'Maw's starting to get really bullied down bottom. Starting to lose a lot of CS from...
Yeah, he's very low, even with the Nami to keep him up. A lot of poke coming out from Caitlyn, who has the health battery of Soraka to never fall behind. And yeah, you're right. We see the recalls coming in for them. So this is going to be a chance to shove this one in, make a miss a cannon. Meanwhile, this fighting in the mid lane just never ends.
Lux still has not backed.
Yeah, just trying to farm out as much as possible here. I think we can. It is safe to say that the lack of Ignite on Diana is making a difference right now. I mean, Lux is just baiting because she has a shield. She wants Diana to dive her. Misses the binding. I wanted to bind underneath the tower. So it's actually really nicely played there by Darkness to maximize the CS. He's up 11 CS and had the opportunity to make a bigger play if Diana made a mistake. So very well played thus far for him. Of course, the break point comes when Diana hits level 6 and has that pressure, but without Ignite, she has certainly less, and falling behind as she has, it's just not going to be anywhere near as potent. So at this point, Assassin Diana is out the window for a little while.
Yeah. And Kog'Maw's picked up the call again, or Cole. He did this last game he played as well, so it's going to give him a spike about 15 minutes into the game, give him free stats in the meantime.
And there's no reason not for them. I mean, their entire team composition is dedicated to playing later, so no reason to force anything now. But it's some nice, decent trades in there. Diana catching up a little bit to Lux on CS. Meanwhile, the wet noodle fight, as you called it, in the top lane of every game is 25 to 25. 6 minutes in, small, basically nothing, 100 gold lead over to United as one. This is shaping up to be a pretty good one so far. I would say pretty controlled. We've had action in the mid lane, but neither team making any big risks. Diana never went for that tower dive. Things coming out in the middle as Shin walks over Wave getting shoved into the turret. So Lux extends that CS lead out to 14.
Warwick should be hitting 6 soon. Oh, he's still only level 4.
Yeah, Warwick's about to hit level 5 off of this one. Goes to level 5. Meanwhile, Shen looking up top as he slugs. Lux actually on the invade. They want to invade. Gets the deep ward down. It's blinded down. Actually, it's a lot of damage down on Warwick here, who's forced to give up the big wolf. Now Diana's actually behind him. Will she be able to make it down? This wolf invade. Just some interesting positions for these champions at this point of the game. Maokai's pushing up on Rumble. Lux is not really doing anything, but not losing out on anything, and Shin is able to get the steal.
And preventing that Warwick level 6 for as long as possible is really critical.
Yeah. But meanwhile, in the bottom lane, a huge fight. The equalizer teleport comes in from Sordiago. They weren't able to get Kalma. He was able to get out, flash out, and a heal for Kaylin who survives. Teleport comes in for Maokai, but he's too far back to do anything. They still want this, huh? Alright, there's a teleport up for Diana. Diana could be the one to join this fight down here.
You need to be very careful committing right now if you're united as one.
Yeah. Rumble has arrived. Again, walks back down. Shin is in the tri-bush. They are corralling Tarzan boys into their turret. But that's it. Alright, looks like we're going to get nothing as both teams walk it off. Diana walked down.
Warwick is here with 6 with Diana, who's also 6.
Here we go. Diana goes in. I don't think he hit the Q, though, and Lux got the full combo off on him. Here comes the shield. Diana, Ignite, Burning Force to flash away, but he should be fine. But Wretched Phoenix is not. He flashes out, barely survives. Health Battery, Soraka, but he goes down to the Lux Splash. Now they're trying to turn it around, but Kog'Maw is here, and he has been healed up by Nami. Nami with the bubble. They pick up one. Soraka goes down. It's a double kill for Lux. It's a quadra kill for the team. 4 for 0. 3 for 0. Sorry, one of those was.
And they're gonna get the Infernal.
Yep. Very strong fight there. I think we're going to go ahead and step back and watch that one as slow as this game's gone. All right, here we go. All right, we saw this started with Kog'Maw going extremely low from the poke, and it looked like this was going to be a play being made by the Tarzan boys here. They get a lot of damage in right here on Kog'Maw.
And then Rumble starts to channel the TP.
Yeah, Rumble channeling the TP. He arrives, lays down an equalizer that did very little that allowed Kaylin to survive far longer than she otherwise would have after that flash. But now here comes Maokai, tries to jump in, and now we jump. This is where both teams posture, and it looks like nothing's going to happen. So let's take over. Meanwhile, you just see Warwick trying to hit level 6. He's trying to get in there, but he doesn't have a lot of mana. Darkness is clearing out a ward as Shin heads down, also with no level 6. So let's follow Warwick on this. He's got a little bit of mana. He's not full HP. This is not where he wanted to be. He does not have any. He does not have as many items as he would have liked. As this
just has the mana for all.
Yeah, as this posturing starts around here, and now I think where our fight's going to break out. They see they try to set the trap. Diana wasn't ready. Diana did not land the Q there, so did not have the ult. Lux is there for the full combo. Sordiago comes in. Flash goes down, and he makes it out. But the Wretched Phoenix, he's there alone. He didn't run in time. He was trying to wait for his team. This fight did not last long. There's a elusive singularity that actually took him down. But now, all the way back up, it's the Kog'Maw, and they just have overstayed at that point. Diana can't help. They all fall down. It was just too disjointed. They had the initial 2-man dive. They didn't get what they wanted out of it. They got in a line for Lux. Soraka wasn't enough to pick everything up later.
And now they have the 3-0 Lux.
So we saw that go into a dragon. Dang it, I was hoping. It's like, let's try to catch it. Paid the price for walking through that replay.
Okay,
right,
so
we'll
they
pick up
3-man ganked Lux.
Yeah, the Lux went down. Now let's see where the second one comes from here. Kog'Maw down in the bottom. They try to force down the middle turret here. Is it going to be the attempted defense? Yeah, Rumble looks like he's going to try to make a an ill-advised defense with a not very well-lit equalizer. Sand United comes in, but he just falls anyways. And that's how they get 2 kills back. And the gold at that point is dead even, and now is still dead even 11 minutes into the game. But meanwhile, Soraka is going to have to heal up Kaylin, who's taking a lot of damage here. Alright, more trades back and forth. Dead even on gold. 11 minutes in, 4-2, 1 Dragon over to United, and United's won. Neither team has a turret. So, oh, here comes the tidal wave. Lux has arrived. Kog'Maw takes him down. Oh, Lux with a snipe. Soraka down to the light binding plus the ultimate final beam from Lux. Lux is just going off darkness. 4-1-2. Has got huge. He took Ignite. He made it count, but Kog'Maw could be in trouble. Gets a lot of heals coming in. The bubble misses, and now he just turns and just wails on Shadow Blaze.
Warwick should have ult here.
Warwick has arrived. Is he going to have enough? Oh, it was so close with the passive. He's able to get them back, though, so they trade there, and now this is dangerous. Darkness is he's gonna make the dive. He's gonna get the Lucid Singularity. Is the final spark up? Not quite. It is up. Is he gonna make the snipe? Does not look like it. He's gonna instead, they're just gonna pressure down the turret. Soraka heals up Caitlyn. Alright, so they're trying to stretch it out a little bit. United's won, built themselves a little 1,500 gold lead over the last few minutes. 12.5 minutes in as they try to take the first turret of the game. Light Binding dodged out there. Nice dodges. Lux taking some damage. It's healed a little. They're trying to bait for Shin there, but did not quite work. And he's I expect he will recall. So
Kog'Maw has picked up that Wit's End again.
I mean, in this case, it makes a little more sense, right? Diana is going to put out quite a bit of magic damage. Maokai is going to do some.
Unlike the last time we watched this, Rumble is actually going for the Proto Belt this time instead of building that needlessly large rod.
Right. Yeah, it didn't have that early spike that he did last time with kills to try to just force it early. Much more controlled game, I think, from them this time. Not just going all in, playing a little safer. So the defending champs did pick up a loss. It's Amadeus A, who looks to be positioned, barring shenanigans in the last round, leading to a tiebreaker situation to be in the top seed heading into tomorrow. So this could be dangerous right there. This lockdown does get down, but Nami arrives in time. Takes a lot of damage back though. This is a big game for both of these teams. Tarzan boys trying to get out of the basement. Moon Squad Elite's also 0-3. Nice flash there by Lux to get out of it, but Summoner down. We have a fight for the second place, which is what United as one is involved in a fight for not bottom that Tarzan boys is involved in. So this game is absolutely vital for both teams in the seeding process. And right now,
Warwick might get caught here.
Oh man, look at that final spark damage from Lux. Oh wow, Diana going in on, I think that Q missed though. It missed and she has to run away.
It's binded, she might be done.
She's got the Ignite ticking, is gonna get the shield, but she's not gonna make it out of this one. Falls down. Shin picks this one up. Lux 6-1-3. She doesn't need it anymore. Shin moves to 1-0-5. Yeah, we've seen Diana try, but a lot of these crescent beams have missed, and the crescent strikes have missed, and that has made it very difficult for her to actually follow up on anything. And you don't get 2 uses out of your ultimate, your damage output is way lower. Yeah. So she's going for that Abyssal Scepter, which is a pretty solid buy landing against the Lux. Well, Lux is so far ahead at this point. I think you just need to ignore her rather than try to fight her.
And Rumble finished the Proto Belt, and Lux actually went into a Medjay's.
Yep, that's what I was just looking at. Lux with the Medjay's trying to snowball as hard as possible here. So, as we expected, a lot slower pace game this time around. Dragon has respawned. Look at this call attention to this. There's a lot of wards here in the blue side jungle by United as one, and there is
waiting for a
nothing.
Second Infernal Dragon.
Yeah, and there is nothing on the other side of the map for Tarzan boys. They just have no idea what's coming here. Another top miss. He's gonna actually get stunned up there, but no harm done. Posturing around.
Waiting
Dragon.
on one Lux binding to one-shot somebody.
Yeah. Lux has no summoners up at the moment. Is both no flash, no ignite, so a little more risky for her. They start the dragon up. Maokai's in the top lane. He has teleport. Will it come in? Will they fight over this? They're sitting around it but not fighting over it, and that indecision is worse than losing a fight.
Yeah, but that's now double Infernal.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
16% bonus AD and AP.
This fight's going down here. They're still fighting it out. A lot of trading back and forth. I think both of them are ended up on top. It looks as a Ripped Herald move being made here. Just the power play. They didn't necessarily have a kill to set it off. United just decided, hey, we have what we need. Let's try to make it happen. So I don't know if it's even to be seen. Maokai has not felt like he's been involved in very much so far this game. And he's not going to be here to do anything, and they pick up the Rift Herald.
And they do put that on the Rumble. It's a little strange. It's an auto attack buff, so maybe not best used on him, but...
Yeah, here we go. Diana goes hard. Tidal Wave comes down, and she gets bubbled up, taking so much damage. Soraka uses everything but can't heal, and... Oh, look at this damage from Warwick. The Lux in trouble, lands the binding, has the final spark. Oh, but the last auto from Warwick shuts her down. That was very aggressive from Diana, and you know what? Not having Ignite right there was the difference.
Yep.
I just feel it's very counterintuitive. If you play Diana and you're going to play her, you're not, like, you either go Rod of Ages and you go tanky and you do damage, or you be an assassin. And if you're being an assassin, especially against this team with Kog'Maw, you have to have Ignite, and we've seen it just not work out. Even in the early lane when Lux didn't have to back because he didn't fear any of it. Meanwhile, Hofer having to run away as Warwick has arrived. Warwick's trying to go after it. They're going to get Shin. It's Dark Dud on Caitlyn who picks it off, so they get a little bit back there. They actually picked up 2 kills in that whole exchange. Pretty good for them.
Yeah, Warwick got back, bought that Blood Razor, and then immediately went out and soloed Lux. He does a lot of damage once he finishes that item.
Which is pretty good for him considering he had a bit of a rough game before that. But yeah, so 18 minutes in, 10-5, United has won, but they're actually, once again, this is a trend with them, down in gold, but Hofer gets caught, the final spark misses. Everyone backs up safely. Yeah, this is not the first United has won game we've watched where they're up by a lot in kills and yet down in gold.
Yep. They just don't have the towers.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. They're down 2-0 towers. I mean, you know, the good news is if you're them is the kills don't get made up. You have the kills, you have that money for it. The towers are on the map.
Yes.
When you take them, you will have that money. So it's there for them to take. They'll get it back. It's not to say they are losing this game, but you know, when it comes to a fight, they don't have the money.
They do have the scaling on their side this game, I think, though, with the Kog'Maw again.
And they have so much lockdown and shielding and stuff. It's going to be extremely difficult for Diana to get in there. She's in an awkward spot because she needs damage and she needs a Zhonya's to actually be able to dive that team. I'd say Diana is 2 items away from being, you know, truly relevant as a diving threat. They need pickoffs. They need vision. To get that, you need vision control.
Yep.
And that's what they haven't had this game, and that's why these picks have not worked out outside of a few Warwick catches the way they wanted it to.
After this last dragon spawn, they concentrated 3 pink wards down.
Yeah.
But that was immediately after Dragon had died.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they do, though, take another tower to stretch their gold lead out to almost 1,500. Fair enough in 12 seconds for what it's worth. Yeah, United has won the fights, but they just have not been able to push down the lanes. Meanwhile, you know, we said Maokai hasn't been involved in a lot in this game. Oh, he just got binding. He's involved right now. Binding, taunted, equalized, but just walks out. He's already got that Spirit Massage finished along with those Merc Treads as they take down the turret. The one thing I do want to point out, thanks to Chad for making sure we check in on this, he does, while we said he's not been as involved as Rumble, he's got 40 more CS.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Soraka caught out, though. Taken out. I mean, he's got 40 more CS, so he's just trying to play. The problem is he's playing for this late game and getting very tanky, while Kog'Maw is playing for this late game and
it's going to kill him regardless of how tanky he is.
Right, and Kog'Maw, by virtue of participating in the first 20 minutes of the game, has a much higher lead. So yeah,
Warwick's caught here.
Warwick coasts down. Lux even gets the blue buff out of it. Now they're just...
You have to have vision if you're going to go for that type of play.
And they just had their Soraka get caught trying to get vision, and he just walks back in. You see none of them on the map, and just walks into the blue buff and gets punished for it. Now will we see United take their first tower of the game off of this? They have a little bit of a wave. Diana has a decent wave clear, but it's going to be hard for her to walk up there. Yeah, Kog'Maw starting to build up that attack speed, just spitting his tongue out at that tower. It goes down, so now United has won. So just catapult themselves right back into the gold lead. 1,000 up, 45 seconds until Dragon.
And they are moving down on this Caitlyn here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great rotation. Take the tower, go bottom, and no vision. She's gonna
She got binded.
Gonna not get out of it. Equalizer comes down. Heal comes down. Bubble for the kill. Hofer's stealing it. Oh, there's a Warwick ult though. They get. Oh, that final spark is huge. It takes on Warwick, and Kog'Maw takes on some rock on top of it. Rumble has died, but now it's a double kill for Kog'Maw. 4 for 1.
Darkness is just huge this game.
Yeah. The bindings have been on point. The final sparks have been great. There's so much damage, and you know what? He's going off with Maji's. It's all of this is rotations, and it's lack of vision from Tarzan boys. And you know, when they're looking at this, we replays tonight, trying to figure out how they can get better for tomorrow, how they can stay in this and compete. It comes down to vision. They've been getting caught out multiple times. They aren't responding to rotations, even though they picked up towers, but we said, oh, it just feels like United is one, can get them whenever they want, and they decided to get them, and now they're at 4,000 gold.
Yeah.
So it's just all about that vision control. It's all about knowing where would the other team be, where would I be if I'm them. And Caitlyn, when they see United take that mid tower and they start walking towards the right river, you can't hold that turret against one person. You just have to back up.
Yep.
Instead, doesn't do that, pays the price, and the entire team gets baited into it.
And Lux just bought an entire death cap in the base.
Yeah. Darkness just is huge on
That
Lux.
is going to be a lot of AP.
He's huge on Lux, sitting at 521 ability power, 926, 23 minutes into the game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, flexing his muscles on Lux, just dominated the matchup from the beginning. I mean, to credit, not to take anything away from Shadow Blaze on Diana, and to credit Savvy, he got 3 ganks from Shin in the first 3 minutes, and I think that created this snowball, but he's picked it up, and he's rolled it a few times bigger. Warwick's going to get caught out right here. He's going to try to go in, he just doesn't have enough.
And Diana's going to try and split push bottom, I believe.
Yeah, Diana
does have the TP up.
Yeah, this is probably the best thing we've seen her try to do is get on the split push. She tried to go mid when United as one was bottom. The problem is, she was doing that, and her team was fighting 4v5 and losing the entire team down on the bottom side. So it's definitely not worked out. It's a lot of Caitlyn traps.
Yep.
Cupcake baits are real. Oh no! Darkness caught out Caitlyn. She falls over. This is a big push. Meowkai taking a bunch of damage. Kog'Maw got that hurricane. Got the
traps.
Man, a lot of damage coming in. The tower is finally going to fall here. Nami keeping everybody up. The shield's keeping everybody up. Kog'Maw just going off on him, doing so much damage to Soraka right there. They're walking it in. They have a cannon min in here for him. Kog'Maw does so much damage to that turret. They're going to be able to probably take
Darkness
this down.
hits another binding. He cannot miss.
I want binding accuracy counts.
I know, this is ridiculous.
It is high. Oh man, well, there goes an inhibitor. 2 down right now.
They may just be able to end here.
It's certainly possible. Looks like they're backing up for now. Looks like they may just grab this wave up here. They have a wave tailor-made for them in the top lane. Rumble recalling, does have teleport. Are they gonna walk to Baron here? Looks like that is the call, yeah. They're thinking about it. Rumble's walking.
They did start it.
Yep, it's up. Alright, here we go. Shin tanking it. It's coming down. There's no vision at all. The map is completely devoid of wards by the Tarzan boys. If they know this is happening, they can't even attempt to contest it. There, the pings go down, but Baron's already 4,000 HP. They're nowhere near it. 2,000.
Kog'Maw kills it so fast, even this early in the game.
Diana tried to make a play, but it's not even going to work. Goes down. Shin takes out Baron. Rumble takes out Diana, who is just blindly checking in on it. Now Caitlyn gets caught. Soraka's trying to get her out, doing everything she can, but it's not enough as Darkness picks up another kill. 12-2 and 9. Flashes ahead by Kog'Maw. Here comes Darkness. Will he land another binding? Yep, that'll do it. Does not quite get me out, Kai, but there's 3 members dead for Tarzan boys. This is gonna be very difficult. For
That
them
one
to try
can't
to
count
contest.
as that one can't count in the accuracy count. He flashed it.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Fair enough. How about that one though?
That one counts.
Takes out Warwick again. There goes one Nexus turret. Second one about to fall. There goes the second Nexus turret. San United use. They're going to finish it off. United is one game moving to 4-1 on the day. They're going to be in a great position heading into tomorrow. Great game right there. I think that's it for us today.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us here at Tokyo and Tulsa. We have League of Legends tournament, Plat-Capped and Uncapped running. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back Sunday. We're going to have a lot more League of Legends and a lot less internet problems. So thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.